Hello and welcome to this new series on 8-Bit. Me and Tom are playing against each other in Hearthstone. We are choosing basic decks and we're just going to talk about how we're going to play it and what card synergy and what we expect our opponents to have.
Yes.
So basically the basics of
The very basics of any kind of card game.
yeah.
Understanding what's in your hand, how you can use them, but also why you should use them and whether you should, and thinking forward as to what your opponent might have to counter it.
Yeah. And trying to
And the reason we're
predict
using
that counter.
and the reason we're using the basic decks is because everyone has access to the basic decks once they've leveled that class up to level 10, which is not actually that hard. Play against the AI, win some gold. Play against the expert AI and earn some gold, which I found out the other day, which is pretty neat. Then go into playing casual, then go into playing ranked, and blah 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 blah. But the basic decks we're going to play with. So yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know which
right.
one, which deck we're going to choose, but I will
Oh.
choose. I will choose this one.
I'm going to go for this lovely person here. I'm starting the game.
So let's get started.
Mentally preparing. Let's get started, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Cool. Warlock versus Paladin.
Okay.
Okay, right. You know a bit more about the game than I do because you're a bit cleverer than I am when it comes to card games. In terms of starting hands, what should you aim for in terms of especially with the basic decks? What should you aim for in terms of price of cards or whatever?
I found that when I was playing ranked, I found that aiming for the low cost cards
Yeah.
isn't as effective as
Right.
you may think. I mean, you do need low cost cards to get something on the board and something like a presence there.
Yeah.
But I kind of think it's more important to predict what your opponent is going to have
right.
in their deck,
Okay.
and kind of if you have a card that can deal with that kind of deck better than other cards, and that's better. So, for example, if you had a board clear being a card that use one card and it attacks all enemy minions or
Right.
all minions on the board or something like that.
Like Consecrate, for
Like
instance.
Consecrate, where it does 2 damage to all enemy minions, including the hero.
Yeah.
It's quite useful against aggro decks because they will put a lot of minions out very early on and very low cost.
Yeah. And also low health. For instance, this matchup is kind of a perfect example of that. Like, for instance, if I was a Warlock aggro deck with Murlocs, which seem to be really popular at the moment, first couple of turns I could be getting all my Murlocs out and be like, bum, 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 and be like, I'll try to rush you down.
Yeah.
By turn 4, is it? You can use Consecrate?
It's turn 5. I think it's 5 cost.
Turn 5? Right. If 4 or 5, whatever.
I think
I'm pretty sure it's a 4 cost.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But
it's a 4.
if you have that Consecrate ready, knowing that you're against a Warlock, so a possible aggro Murloc deck, by turn 4, you've taken a bit of damage probably, but you've also negated that deck's prime strategy, which is get as many low-cost minions on the field and kill them.
Yeah.
And you've pretty much negated them, because I don't think many Murlocs have above 2 health unless they're buffed up.
I did see on Reddit today that somebody went fishing for Murlocs, where they put 2 I can't remember the crabs. What are they called?
Oh god, the hungry crabs.
Yeah, the hungry crabs, where they
gain a buff for killing a Murloc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their battle cry is you put them on the board and then they kill an enemy Murloc. Or is it any Murloc on the board?
You can kill your own Murloc, so you can kind of make it. If you put a Murloc and a hungry crab in your deck, you can do it yourself, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, right, starting hand. So I mean, I've got 3 creatures in my hand. I'm relatively happy with it, to be honest, so I'm going to confirm mine. I don't know whether you've already confirmed yours.
Yep. I have.
Greetings. I greet you.
Greetings to you.
Okay. I'm going first, and I don't typically like playing a 1 health minion on turn 1 because there's quite a few things that can be done to get rid of it. But it's always good to have minions out in the field, so I'm going to put a Murloc Raider down.
Okay.
And end my turn.
Okay.
Because we're still early in the game, so yeah.
So what I'm thinking now is, if I play this,
right.
You may have Mortal Coil that can destroy it.
Right.
So, but I could coin and also play this. But that would also mean that I'm using 2 cards, well, 3 cards. That could also be useful as well. Okay, so I will play this, and then I'll coin Light's Justice, just so I've got a weapon on the board, and then I can take this 2 damage, and then hit you.
Very
now,
nice.
I think that was the right thing to do, because I've got a weapon there, but I've also got a minion on the board, which is very useful for paladins, because they're all about buffing up minions. Because I could have hit you. I could have hit the ball into the Murloc.
Yeah, but then you have nothing on the field.
I have nothing on the field.
Cool. Right. Okay, so turn 2, 2 mana. I have 3 possibilities. I could with my hero power, which is life tap, so I could deal damage to myself and draw a card. Because I currently have card advantage, and I mean, the good thing about Warlocks is if you can get a couple of life taps off early in the game, where health is a bit less important than it is later in the game, then you've got a card advantage and you have more options to deal with stuff.
Yeah.
I also have a standard creature which wouldn't die to both your Stone Tusk and your Light's Justice, and I also have another card which I could play because it's fairly scary, but then I also risk discarding a card in my hand that's useful. I am gonna go with this. It's a little less risky than my other play. I don't think, unless you can buff it next turn, unless you can buff your boar, I don't think you'll be able to take out this River Crocolisk. That's my thinking anyway. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Okay.
So
I will. I could either hero power.
Yes.
Using both my mana crystals, or I can put down this taunt.
Nice.
And then I like to save this for clearing, but I will use it at this point. Just
nice. Okay.
Attack you, and then I will use this Light Justice to bring you down again. Now I know paladins aren't exactly. I mean, the paladin deck I have is kind of mid-range. It's not really a beatdown. No. But I do. Sometimes I will attack the hero with my weapon, especially if it's a what's it called? The 4 mana 4 attack weapon.
Oh, True Silver Champion.
True Silver Champion that deals that gives you 2+ health. So it's very useful.
Deals 4 damage.
Yeah, so you deal 4 damage and then to the hero, and then you get healed by 2.
Cool. Right, okay. I think I figured out my play. I am going to play a Wolf Rider. Boosh. And instead of charging the taunt with the Wolf Rider, I'm gonna kill the taunt. So I've still got my Crocolisk up, which is a 2/2. I'm going to kill your boar with my charge. Now, I don't think you've got any charge minions. I don't believe paladins have any charge minions as far as I'm aware. So I have a safe 2/2 on the board at the moment as far as I'm aware. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to threaten you.
Okay. Now my play is this. So Iron Forge Rifleman. The battle cry is that he deals 1 damage to any minion on the board.
Nice. I forgot about battle cries.
And I will smack you.
Smack me in the face.
For 1.
Okay. Okie dokie.
The main decks I'm seeing at the moment, I'm rank 15 now.
Yes.
And I'm kind of it's kind of a middle ground, because at the moment I'm seeing a lot of decks that are mismatched and not quite like, you can see that they're going for a certain deck type, like a druid control or something like that.
Yeah.
But nobody at rank 15 has got all the cards, so they're substituting out cards, or they're using other cards in their place and stuff like that. Yeah. Which is what I'm doing as well. So it's quite hard in ranked, especially when you're in the uppermost brackets, to predict what your opponent will have.
Yeah.
Because they don't have all the cards, so they're substituting out different ones. So you kind of, I think, beatdowns are quite good. My druid beatdown deck is very useful. But I kind of think like a mid-range deck is more effective. Have you decided?
I think a lot of people don't. Yes, I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people think that the game's pay to win, in the sense that the more cards you own, the easier it is for you. And I'm sure there are decks you can make that ring true, but that doesn't mean you can't be successful with basic, with a few expert cards in. I don't think you can get a certain role going, but eventually you're gonna have to try and just wait until you've earned a bit more cards. But to be fair, the game's so fun that I don't really mind doing that. So I am gonna do River Crocolisk again, because as far as I'm aware, you could have you get 4 mana next turn, so you could have a Consecrate maybe. You could have another Rifleman, which would effectively leave your board exactly the same. I don't really want to play anything else, so I'm gonna life tap, because I'm still safe in that area where I can spend the 2 health to draw a card. So I'm going to do that and pass the turn over to you.
Okay, because I can play this card next turn, I will simply Hero Power to put another card on the board, and then I will save this and attack you directly. I attacked you directly there because I have no way of killing the River Crocolisk this turn.
But next turn you do.
Next turn I might.
Okay. I don't really want to waste that on a minion. I don't. So many possibilities indeed. So I'm gonna do that because I know you're gonna. You're either gonna kill it with your Silverhand Knight anyway, or buff your Silverhand Recruit and then attack me. I'm gonna put down a Chewing Yeti, because at this he's got that annoying amount of health, which is like too much for certain stuff to deal with, and he can be quite annoying. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Your Your soul shall suffer.
You know what? It's actually quite hard using basic decks because you don't know kind of like what you're
I've
gonna
forgotten
have.
what's actually in basic decks, to be honest.
Yeah. So
I know it's only basic cards, but I've played with like decks I've built myself, so I've just forgotten what's actually in
yeah,
these
and then
decks.
and I do think that when you build a deck yourself and you play it, you get used to it and
Yeah.
you know how to play with it.
Yeah.
I will pop you there. Pop. And then I think I will deal 2 damage to you.
I've got a huge gun.
And then I'll just pop you in the face.
Sweet. Okie dokie. Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do is Shadow Bolt this guy, because this guy does, whilst he hasn't got 4 health, he does do 4 damage, and I don't feel comfortable leaving that on the field. I'm also gonna pop that, because like you mentioned earlier, paladins can buff up their creatures quite easily, and I don't feel comfortable leaving it there. I have also left my Chillwind Yeti open to Consecration, but I can't imagine you'd waste it on one unless you could flood the board with stuff. So I'm gonna put down a Murloc Raider, maybe? Yeah, I'll do that. Also, Life Tap, just to keep my hand full. And now I'm getting to the point where I don't really want to Life Tap too often unless I feel quite comfortable in where I am in my chin. Because I'm not really far behind you in health in terms of like the overall length of the game. There's still plenty of time for me to kind of whittle you down. I mean, if you don't deal with my 2 creatures this turn, that's 6 damage to you, possibly. So we shall see. But I hand over to you.
Okay. I will play this for the card draw.
Very nice.
And
I like the no mission.
Yeah, it's quite. I don't really run it in that many decks. I run the 2 cost one. I can't remember its name.
What's it called? Good lord, what's it called? I can't remember.
The 2 cost Notion Bender, which is 1 attack, 2 health, and it also does the battle cry where it draws a card. It's very good as a low cost minion, and I could I think I will just get another recruit on the board.
Another recruit. Reporting for duty. Okay. Okay, I think that's gonna do me quite well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill your recruit with my Murloc. I'm gonna play a Voodoo Doctor, which restores 2 health.
Someone called.
Restore it to my Yeti. My Yeti can kill your Gnomish Inventor and remain at the same amount of health that it was before. I'm also gonna play an Ogre Magi, which is a 4/4, which is, it's alright, and it does have +1 spell damage, which is nice. So if I had any more Shadow Bolts or whatever, it'd be quite beneficial. I would Life Tap, but I don't think I need to at the moment, so I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, I think it's a simple plonk this guy down.
The gates are open.
A Lord of the Arena, amazing.
And then Light's Justice.
For justice.
This guy.
Smart.
Just so you have to spend
2 to get rid of
2 to
the
get
Lord
rid of
the
him.
Arena. Or do I? Because of this Ogre Magi, I now have a Drain Life, which I luckily just pulled, so I can do this, And instead of dealing 2, it deals 3. And luckily, it doesn't actually add the amount of health that's restored from it, which is a bit annoying. But now I can kill your Lord of the Arena with my damage Yeti, smack you in the face for 4. I don't know if I want to play anything else because I restored 2 lives that I didn't know I was going to have. I am going to life tap, and I'm going to play this taunt just because taunts can be fairly annoying. So I'm quite happy with that. And now, if you notice, health disparity between the two of us has kind of disappeared effectively, and now I have board control. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Depends on what you play next, obviously, but
The gates are open.
another Lord of the Arena, of
I
course.
will
Why
play
wouldn't
that,
it be?
and I will summon another recruit
Reporting for
because
duty.
these 2 cards
Oh,
I can
dear.
use later. And
Another Lord of the Arena.
I won't attack with Light's Justice. I think Light's Justice is a very poor weapon, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right for 1 mana, but I mean, there are, like, True Silver Champion is a much better weapon, even though it's 4 cost.
Okay. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sack my Voidwalker, boosh, in the face, and now I'm going to play another Warlock spell, Hellfire. Which is quite a ridiculous spell. It deals 3 damage to literally everybody. But now I've cleared the board, which is quite nice. I'm going to... I am going to... I'm gonna play a Kobold Gemancer just to have something on the board. I could have played that before my Hellfire, but it wouldn't have benefited me anymore because the whole board would have been wiped anyway. I wouldn't have been able to attack with anything because everything would have died. So the extra spell damage wouldn't have made any difference. And then I am going to pass it to you.
Okay. Okay, it's pretty simple. I will play Stormpipe Commando, deal 2 damage to that. Clear
Nice.
that board. And then I will restore 6 health to myself. And I will do the same again.
Brilliant.
And then I think I'll just pop
dear.
you in the face.
I think what people won't realise is that healing spells aren't typically used in actual decks.
No.
Because they don't, I mean, they don't tend, they kind of delay the game. You're not being very active in terms of clearing a board or anything. I mean, that in that situation it was alright because there's nothing on my board. So I'm going to play a War Golem, which is a 7/7 for 7, which isn't that interesting, but it's got a fair bit of health. I mean, you might be able to kill it next turn, but I am gonna pass to you.
Okay. Now
So the most damage you can do to it is 5 with what you've got, and I don't think you're going to want to face check a 7/7 because it's 7 damage to your hero.
yeah, you
But
don't.
you may have a buff that can kind of buff your Storm Pike up to get rid of it.
No, I think I will play this Hammer of Wrath
Hammer of Wrath. Be nice.
because I'm waiting for the card draw just to see if it. Oh, hello. Okay, so that was the right play because now I can do this and buff him,
Very nice.
and then I can give him. Oh, is that even the right? I can do that.
Nice. Very nice.
But I didn't need to buff
kill-
him at that point.
You can.
I haven't got
Kill
lethal.
my War Golem.
Okay, I can
No.
kill the War Golem. But the problem
Without.
with
Yeah.
that is that it's only got 2 health. So maybe I shouldn't have used the plus attack on that.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I shouldn't have used
Possibly.
the plus attack on that.
I mean, it wouldn't have benefited you because you did 4 damage anyway.
Job's done. Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I shouldn't have used the so there I made a mistake. I shouldn't have used, because I was going to kill him anyway. I should have used the Divine Shield, popped you, the War Golem, and then kept the +3 attack for when I can make sure that I need it.
You can, or lethal.
Yeah.
When you know you can kill me with it. I'm not leaving that 7 on the field, so I'm going to play a Reckless Rocketeer, which is a 5/2 charge. Means I can use it this turn, get rid of it. Now, do I want to? I don't. I'm not gonna do what I was doing. So I think I'm all right with the 1/1 being on the field, depending on whether you can buff it or not. Whether I live to regret that choice, I don't know.
Even though there's nothing on the board, I think I need to play this and then just deal 1 damage to you, just so I've got
To battle.
another.
Stuff on the board.
Yeah, and I don't feel like doing 1 damage to a minion is going to help. Actually, no, I will save that.
Okay.
Just in
Reporting
case.
for duty.
Okay.
Just in case I need that 1 damage. Just to take out something value. Ah, right, okay.
Okay, but I've played this. I know you can split next turn now with everything you've got on the field. But I'm also going to play this. Just so I'm fairly sure that you can't both of those. I'm fairly sure that even if you say pull a Consecrate, which you may or may not have, it'll be a 4/3 and a 4/2. I don't think you can kill both of them with what you have, so I feel pretty confident that something is going to remain on the field, regardless. We're both kind of at the point now where we're top decking, which is effectively seeing what you pull from the top of your deck and seeing if that will help you or not.
Yep.
We're kind of running out of options, so it's kind of just, if we get the right card, we get the right card. If we don't, then we kind of don't.
So with the raid leader, your other minions
Nice.
get 1+ attack.
Very nice.
So I'm literally, I don't.
3, 5, 7. You've got 7. You haven't got lethal.
No, I haven't got
But
lethal.
next turn you would have.
So I will just,
Face check me.
because I mean I could spend 2 of them to kill 1, but I don't think that's right. I think I'd just go for your face.
To battle.
My face!
Reporting for duty.
And then
For justice.
just in case you have an ooze in your hand, I'll use
I mean,
that.
now, guess what I just pulled? A
Hellfire.
Hellfire. I
Okay.
can't use a Hellfire now because it deals damage to all characters. So I'm literally,
But why
I
couldn't?
would literally kill myself.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
Because it deals damage to all characters, doesn't it? So
Oh,
that's not going to happen now. So what can I do? I mean,
See, that's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. I was like, yeah, I can attack him. But even though you've got an ogre
I can play this.
Magi
Play a
out,
succubus, discard it, don't want it, so I don't care. So I want to get rid of your raid leader because that's the one that's adding all the damage. Now the problem is I don't have a taunt, so even if I get rid of your Ironforge, you can kill me next turn with your 3 silver hand recruits. So I'm gonna life tap anyway to see if I can pull a taunt. I don't pull a taunt, I pull that, which heals him up, but I'm still on 3 health. Therefore, if you're a clever person, you attack me with your 3 silver hand knights. Therefore,
Oh, you didn't let me kill
you
you.
win that game. No, I don't like letting people kill me.
Okay.
I'm a big baby when it comes to that. So, therefore, the paladin wins.
So that was literally like we were going through the deck very slowly, telling you exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think next time we'll do. Should we do 1 more of these in basic decks, or should we use our actual
Yeah.
own decks?
Yeah, let's do 1 more with basic. and then we can go on to our own decks.
Okay, we'll do one more basic, and then we'll do our own decks. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.